This time of the year has a special significance for me. I suffered my greatest loss in February of 2023 when my father, my pillar of strength, left. I write my podcast every week, and every week I try to bring some value to your communication skills. I try to make your time with me worthwhile. This week, my podcast is dedicated to my dad, my mentor, my guide, and who largely shaped up my personality. So here I will share 3 things, very valuable 3 things that in particular I learned from him, and I hope that by sharing them with you, I'm able to share some of that knowledge with you via this podcast. My dad was a great educationist, so much so that he wanted everybody to do a PhD. He set up 5 pharmacy degree colleges across India. Post his retirement from the government, he wrote countless books, patents, papers on higher education in the field of pharmaceutical sciences. All this was his contribution to the society without any financial interests. The wealth of his experiences of over 50 plus years was getting penned down in his massive volumes that he wrote. Interestingly, he would always give the copyright to the publisher. And we would ask him why? Who gives a copyright? He would laugh. His answer was simple. He said, and I quote, "It is my giving back time to the society. If the copyright is with the publisher, it only means he will print more and more of these books. And the book will reach more and more students. And more students will benefit from it. But if the copyright is with me, he'll worry about paying me the royalty. And when I'm gone, not many copies will see the light of the day." I didn't realize the value of his words then. I thought he was just being silly. Today, when he's not there, I see his point. As I see his books in huge circulation in several educational institutions across India. We keep fighting over things when we're alive. Someone wants property, the other one wants money, someone wants fame. We all want something, and there's nothing wrong about it. This is not a sermon-based podcast, and I'm no guru. So I'm not here to preach, but what I'm sharing is what I've realized. Little do we realize that what we leave behind when we are gone is our legacy. So today, take a moment, pause, and think, what legacy are you leaving behind for your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren? I promise you will find a new meaning to life and a new, more fulfilling way to live. That was the first lesson my dad's life taught me. I called my dad Papa. Today I crave to call out to him. Papa had worked all his life in some very sophisticated laboratories, handling extremely complicated pharmaceutical research laboratories and equipment. He was not so worldly wise, being a scientist, like most scientists. But whatever he did, he was very hands-on. He believed in doing everything himself, without depending on anyone. At the age of 75, he learned computer skills, and that too himself. He mastered a complicated chemistry software called ChemDraw to write those complicated chemistry formulae on the computer. I remember seeing him first handwrite all the chapters, methodically, systematically, neatly, and then put everything onto the computer himself, without any typist, without any aid. It calls for tremendous patience, something most of us don't have these days. at the age of 85, exactly 1 week before he left us, he completed a massive 550-page intense volume on plant-based pharmaceutical research. This was a higher education, master's level pharmaceutical research book. Back in the time, I used to wonder, how did he manage to learn such good computer skills? He never went to an institute. How did he master such complicated softwares all by himself? Last week, I got my answer. Almost a year after he was gone, I was organizing his books. One title particularly startled me. It said, and I'm not advocating the book because this is not a promotion, the title said, Computers for Dummies. So that's where he learned his computer skills, from books. The point I'm trying to make is, you can learn anything at any age as long as you put your effort wholeheartedly into it. This was the second lesson my dad's life taught me. This podcast is all about communication skills. And the third lesson, which I learned from my dad's life, is all about communication skills, is all about communication. So around October of 2022, my dad developed some swelling on his feet. It was nothing major, but it was causing him discomfort. Also, for the last 3-4 months, prior to the October of 2022, we noticed that his appetite was majorly reduced. He was barely eating a few spoonfuls, that also after force feeding by my mum. So we thought, let's get him investigated. One thing led to the other, and in the next few months, he'd spent a substantial amount of time in and out of ICUs and HDUs of India's top private medical facility. The doctors tested him for everything, from autoimmune disorders to cancer, all for the little swelling he had on his feet. They found nothing. He had no disease. There was no ailment. I wish we had not supported such vigorous investigations, because today, when I look back, I know the real reason. I know why he had stopped eating. I know why he left. Despite being hale and hearty physically, I know the why. Only too late. We had a family tragedy a few months ago, around March-April of 2022. While we cried, talked, shared, and communicated what we were going through with each other, my dad stayed quiet. He was generally quiet in such situations, very controlled, very poised. So we all thought he's very strong. So no one checked with him. No one asked him how he felt, how he was coping. But deep inside, he was sad. Doctors would probably term it as depression. And we didn't realize it. The doctors didn't realize it. Eventually, he had a heart attack and Papa left. Many a times, we ignore checking on the stronger people because it's the stronger people who sometimes need more care because they're supposed to be strong, so no one checks on them. Look around you. Is there a friend or a family member who is missing attention, who needs to talk, who needs communication, someone whom you have not noticed as yet? So today, pause, look around, and communicate with those around you. See what or who is in pain, who needs to know, you're there for them when you are. This is the third lesson my dad's life taught me, and I believe it's invaluable. On that note, I rephrase the 3 lessons my dad's life taught me. Number 1, what legacy are you leaving behind for your children, your grandchildren, and great-grandchildren? Number 2, how can you let anything stop you from learning anything new, any new skill, at any age? Number 3, have you noticed your loved ones around you? Have you tried to make time to talk to them, to communicate with them, no matter how busy your lives are? Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Communicate 101 Speaking Writing Tips with Sarika Singh. If you want to be notified of upcoming episodes, be sure to hit the subscribe button and follow the podcast. I'll be back to share more stories, more life experiences, and more communication tips every Friday. If you want to reach me or connect with me, just put your comments in the comment box below or mail me at info@sarikasingh.in. I know you're going to rate and review this podcast, so a big thank you in advance. Stay tuned and think about what we talked today.